Children of the Most High God. I came from work, right? Got off like 1:45, tired as hell, and I didn't even take a shower. I just bopped right in the bed with my tired self. I dozed off, went to sleep, of course. That's what tired people do. And I had this crazy, crazy dream, man. I mean, it's like it was knocks all over the building I was in. Just knocks, just people knocking on doors, trying to get in. And when I looked out the blinds, I seen this lady holding this baby and had like three other little kids behind her. And she was like, let her in, let her in. But something told me, don't do it. And I really wanted to open the door for those kids, but I heard like some trucks coming down the street. Like what the, like they sound like 18-wheelers. And they were snatching people. And the knocks, they stopped. And you could hear like a tsh. Like, what the hell is that? It had to be something real big. But they was grabbing people and putting them inside the back of this truck. So I go out the back door. People ask me, what's going on, what's going on? I'm like, man, I'm finna get up out of here. I grabbed my bug out bag, went through a couple of yards, dogs barking, just people just panicking everywhere, and just keep hearing these like a truck stopping, like a big truck stop. I never paid attention to what happened to the people that was knocking at the door, but I seen these trucks, look like buses, but they was trucks. I never seen a truck like this before. And it was loading people on these trucks. And it was like a military group I'd never seen before. It was wearing all black. And it's just crazy how these trucks that look like buses, they was on like on every block, and every block was roped off. So I found myself in the woods, in the effing woods, man. And I'm just laying on my belly, using my bug out bag like a pillow just to lay in these bushes, man. And I'm just watching people in lines being escorted to these truck-like buses with no windows. I was like, what the hell going on? Then I started hearing something in the sky like a helicopter, like, or was it a drone? All I seen was a light, and it was looking for people inside the woods. I'm letting y'all know, man, it's a lot of habits that we have to stop right now and get ourselves physically fit. Like me, I ain't perfect. I do long distance walking. Sometimes I do a little exercise. But a lot of people in America is overweight, man. And I'm just thinking about how I had to jump these gates, go through these yards, run from these damn dogs that's in these yards, and people just panicking everywhere. A couple of people start coming outside with shotguns and rifles and stuff. And I don't know what was going on. I just know it wasn't a normal day in the neighborhood. It was not a normal day in the neighborhood. No, it was not. And I sat there for a while. I started to get thirsty and hungry, and I was like, damn, I need to go back out these bushes, but it sounds like something's going wrong. This had to be about 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun wasn't even out yet. The stars shining bright, but you could hear people fussing and just yelling. And I mean, I'm like, what is this? Is this a dream? But I say, no, it can't be a dream because I got a cut on my arm for jumping one of those gates. And all through the night, you could hear this, like a something big, something ride off diesel, just making a stop. It, the color of these buses or truck-like buses, it was like a cream color, and they had no windows. Only the driver's side had a window and the front window, but it put you in mind of one of those prison buses. But it had a truck front. And a couple of people ran past me, and they did not know I was there. I was in my camouflage that I had packed already in my bug-out bag. And all through the night, you just seeing lights, just lights. And I'm like, what they looking for? But they had to be looking for people because you heard like, and every now and then you hear a couple of shots, like people shooting or something. I don't know. It was just crazy, man. Mind you, I'm dreaming this, but I get up at 6 o'clock on the dot. But when I woke up from the dream, is what made me wake up from the dream, when a light was shining through the pine trees, looking down on the area I was in. And I was hoping that the pine needles and the grass and the stuff that was around me camouflaged. But I'm just telling you, people need to get themselves together, because this is a dream that I have almost every couple of months. Like the city is under siege. Like people are being just kidnapped from their own homes. Then the sounds of the trucks or so-called buses got louder. You can hear people fussing and pleading. But every now and then you hear a couple of shots. So I got a little deeper into the woods. I had no idea where I was at that time. I just know it was still dark. It was cold. You can tell it was in the morning. You still had the dew on the grass, and you know how it is in the morning. I'm just like, man, what is this? I find myself just laying there, just hearing people just scream and holler. And every now and then you hear a couple of shots. The voices I heard, I couldn't understand what they were saying. I could not understand, but I knew that for a reason. They took over the whole town, whoever these people were. It's time for y'all to start thinking about your health and think of how you're gonna have your escape routes, and hope this never happened. But the way it sounded, like we was being invaded. We was being invaded by some foreigners, because I could not understand not one word they were saying. But they were saying it very aggressive. Whatever they were saying to the people. They was wearing black uniforms. It got to the point where I heard so much noise and so much chaos that I fell asleep. But I woke up after I seen this light. I don't know, was it a drone or a helicopter, but it was a real bright light. And it was looking for people in the woods. And I laid there till the sun rised. Then when I came out the bushes, the woods, the forest, whatever you want to call it, it was like just this silence. And there was barely people in the street. Every now and then you'll see a car riding very fast or a truck, and you're trying to figure out where they're going. Like they was fleeing outside of that city, that town, that place. There's a lot of people in America need to get in shape because what I'm seeing, what I saw, was like a whole neighborhood was taken over in a couple of minutes. It's like it was planned. They did it so quick. But by me having my bug out bag prepared and my escape route, I had to sit back and watch. Young and old, big and small, black and white, getting loaded up into these bus-like trucks. So I'm walking around in the city, but I did it in a way where I did not want to be seen. And I'm just telling you, I'm going to start just recording these dreams because they're all leading up to the same thing of some kind of invasion. So I'm telling you, get yourself together, get prepared, because things can get real bad in a couple of minutes.